Think Texas is all about thriving cities and cowboy charm? Well, hold your horses. While the Lone Star State boasts impressive urban centers buzzing with activity, it's a stark contrast to some of its smaller towns. Despite Texas's overall economic prowess, several towns languish with high crime rates, scant job opportunities, and less than ideal living conditions. These places paint a different picture of Texas, far removed from the glitz of its metropolitan giants. Now let's saddle up as we journey through the top 5 towns in Texas you might just want to steer clear of. Kicking off our list at number 5 is Snyder, where the economy is as dry as its climate. Situated in the heart of West Texas, Snyder has historically leaned on its oil fields and agricultural lands as the backbone of its local economy. However, these sectors have seen better days. The once booming oil industry has been hit by fluctuating oil prices and diminishing reserves, leading to fewer job opportunities and greater economic instability. As a result, many residents find themselves grappling with an unemployment rate that soars above the national average. The agricultural sector isn't faring much better. Frequent droughts and unpredictable weather patterns have made farming and ranching increasingly challenging. This not only impacts the farmers and ranchers, but also trickles down to affect the entire community. Local businesses that rely on a thriving agricultural scene struggle to keep their doors open, further compounding the economic woes of this small town. Moreover, the impact of these struggling industries is visible on the streets of Snyder. Empty storefronts and for sale signs are more common than one might hope, painting a stark picture of a community trying to hold on. The lack of diverse job opportunities means that young people often move away in search of better prospects, leaving behind a demographic that struggles with an aging population and a shrinking workforce. In this context, Snyder's challenges are not just about today, but about a future that seems increasingly uncertain. With its economic challenges, Snyder represents a tough rodeo for those looking to settle down. At number 4, Hempstead shows us that not all small towns are quaint escapes. Nestled uncomfortably on the list of Texas towns you might think twice about calling home, Hempstead has its own set of challenges that can't be ignored. Diving into the crime statistics, Hempstead paints a rather grim picture. With a crime rate notably higher than the national average, residents and potential newcomers are often left feeling uneasy. Violent crimes here occur at a rate that is startling when compared to the serene, pastoral images often associated with small-town America. This unsettling contrast between expectation and reality can leave one feeling a bit disillusioned. But crime isn't the only issue plaguing this town. The governance of Hempstead has often been under scrutiny. Issues range from mismanagement of public funds to a lack of transparency in decision-making processes. These governance troubles contribute significantly to the dissatisfaction expressed by its residents. It's a classic case where the leadership's inability to effectively manage town affairs directly impacts the quality of life for its people. Public services in Hempstead also leave much to be desired. From inadequate healthcare facilities to underfunded schools, the lack of proper infrastructure is palpable. The schools here, struggling with low funding, fail to provide the resources necessary for a quality education, setting a cycle of disadvantage in motion for the younger generation. Moreover, the local economy does little to uplift the spirits. With limited job opportunities and a stagnant economic environment, the vibrancy that one might hope to find in a bustling community is markedly absent here. This economic sluggishness adds another layer of difficulty for the residents, making it harder to see a prosperous future in the horizon. In summary, Hempstead is a town caught in a web of high crime rates, governance issues, lacking public services, and economic challenges. If safety is a priority, Hempstead might just have you thinking twice. Crossing into number 3, Texarkana's tale is one of 2 cities with double the trouble. Situated uniquely on the border of Texas and Arkansas, Texarkana is a city that indeed exists in 2 states simultaneously. This geographical novelty, though intriguing, brings with it a set of challenges that are as unique as the city's layout. The dual governance of Texarkana means that residents often face a complex web of legal and administrative hurdles. Imagine having one foot in Texas and the other in Arkansas. Each state has its own set of laws, tax codes, and even school systems. This split jurisdiction can lead to confusion and inefficiencies that affect the daily lives of the locals. For instance, a business owner might need to comply with 2 sets of regulations and pay taxes in both states, complicating what should be straightforward entrepreneurial endeavors. Moreover, Texarkana's crime rate is notably higher than many other towns in Texas. The city has struggled with violent crime rates that are considerably above the national average. This issue is exacerbated by the jurisdictional complexities, as coordinating law enforcement efforts across state lines can be cumbersome and less effective. Residents often express concerns about safety and the effectiveness of police responses, which can vary significantly from one side of the city to the other. The educational system in Texarkana also faces its share of troubles. With two separate state education systems to contend with, resources can be unevenly distributed, and educational policies may differ starkly just miles apart. This can lead to disparities in educational quality and opportunities for students depending on which side of the state line they reside. Texarkana, a city split by state lines and hampered by high crime, certainly presents a peculiar case. Its unique position could have been a boon, a tourist attraction celebrating unity. Instead, it serves as a daily challenge for those who call it home, navigating a life split down the middle by an arbitrary line on a map. Almost topping our list at number 2, Groesbeck grapples with growth. Nestled in central Texas, this town presents a vivid tableau of the challenges small towns across America face today, particularly those that have not kept pace with broader economic developments. Groesbeck, once a bustling hub fueled by the coal industry, has seen better days. Today, it's a stark example of economic stagnation. The closure of nearby mines and a dwindling agricultural sector have left a void that new industries have yet to fill. The ripple effects are palpable in the job market, where opportunities are as sparse as rain in a Texan summer. Many residents find themselves compelled to commute to larger cities or even relocate in pursuit of stable employment, draining Groesbeck of its workforce and vibrancy. Healthcare, a fundamental necessity, remains just out of reach for many in Groesbeck. The town's limited medical facilities offer only basic services, with more specialized care requiring a lengthy drive to neighboring cities. This not only inconveniences those in need, but also poses serious risks during emergencies, where time is often the difference between life and death. The educational landscape in Groesbeck mirrors its economic and healthcare woes. Schools struggle with limited funding and resources, often unable to offer the extracurricular activities or advanced courses found in more affluent areas. This educational gap leaves the youth of Groesbeck at a disadvantage, potentially stymieing their future prospects and perpetuating a cycle of poverty. Local businesses, the lifeblood of any small town, also feel the pinch. With a declining population and reduced consumer spending, many have shut their doors for good, leaving empty storefronts that speak volumes of the town's struggles. This decline not only affects the economic health of Groesbeck, but also erodes the sense of community that small towns are celebrated for. Groesbeck's challenges might make you pause before calling it home. The town, with its proud history and resilient spirit, faces a future fraught with uncertainties as it continues to search for pathways to revitalization and growth. At the top of our list, Port Arthur paints a picture of potential unmet. Nestled on the Gulf Coast, this town boasts a rich tapestry of cultural history and a strategic location that once buzzed with industrial promise. However, beneath the surface, Port Arthur faces significant hurdles that overshadow its potential. Firstly, the town grapples with a high crime rate that consistently ranks above national averages. Residents and businesses alike bear the brunt of this issue, which not only affects day-to-day life but also stymies potential investments. Safety concerns have become a paramount issue, deterring the influx of tourism and new residents, which are crucial for economic revitalization. Furthermore, Port Arthur is no stranger to environmental challenges. The town's proximity to petrochemical plants has raised serious environmental health concerns, affecting air quality and contributing to higher rates of respiratory illnesses among its population. This environmental degradation not only impacts health, but also complicates efforts towards sustainable development. Economic decline in Port Arthur is another pressing issue. Once a thriving hub for the oil industry, the town has seen a significant downturn. Job opportunities are dwindling, and the local economy struggles to diversify. The shadow of economic uncertainty looms large, making it hard for residents to see a prosperous future here. Natural disasters have also left their mark, repeatedly battering the town and hampering recovery efforts. Hurricanes and floods disrupt lives and infrastructure, making it a Herculean task to build resilience against future calamities. With its considerable challenges, Port Arthur takes the lead as the most difficult town to live in Texas. As we've seen, not every town in the Lone Star State shines bright. In Snyder, economic stagnation casts a long shadow. Hempstead grapples with infrastructural woes, while Texarkana faces a high crime rate that mars its community spirit. Groesbeck struggles under the weight of limited healthcare services, and Port Arthur contends with environmental challenges that affect daily life. These towns remind us that behind the facade of bustling cities, many communities face significant hurdles. What factors do you think most affect a town's livability? Share your thoughts in the comments below and join the conversation.